Another hot day, 90 at 10:30 a.m. already, and it's only going to get hotter. (94 degrees) at 1 p.m. Well, I planned to do the spraying of the weeds early this morning, but just didn't happen. Just got too lazy. Anyway, I'm going to suffer the heat and do it now. It's already after 1 p.m. Oh well, a little heat won't hurt me. But since I'm ready to start, I'm going to start here with this thistle here. Get these up here done first. There aren't that many here. There's a big thistle over there going to seed. Yeah. I'll spray all the thistles and Jimson weeds and anything else I want to spray up in here. Cattle are over there lounging around, so they're staying cool. Okay, let's get this weed spraying started. I mixed the weed spray yesterday. But I got that secured on there, I think. I'm going to try to do this without having to wear the backpack, if I can. I came down here to open the gate, so after I spray the weeds over that way, side of the house, I'm going to come down here through this gate. Cattle are up there staying cool by the barn, so I wouldn't have any problem with them. Yeah, I sprayed these weeds. Oh, it looks like I missed a few. These aren't dead yet. I must have missed those. I thought I got them all. Maybe I just didn't get them enough. Yeah, I'll hit any that I missed. And you can see the dead ones over there by the, around that tree, dead tree and that thing, but I didn't get them over there, so I need to spray from there and all the way in the back. I need to spray all those. So that's what I'm going to do today. Spray weeds to kill them. A nice cloudy day today. There's a nice breeze, so, but not too much that I can't spray. So that's good. At least the wind will keep me well, keep me cool after I sweat. Maybe I'll spray that side of that ditch there on my way down here. Well, nothing left to do but start spraying. My first spraying on the thistle. I sprayed another thistle. Now I'm going to spray all of them. Jimson weeds and thistle. And ironweeds too if I see any. Oh, they're staying cool in the shade. After spraying all these weeds, I realized I'll be wasting a lot of gas just going along and spraying the weeds. So when I get down to the bottom, I'll just park in the shade somewhere and put the backpack on and walk around and spray them, and then an area, then I'll move the ATV and spray another area. Yeah, that way I don't waste so much gasoline. And I get a better coverage on the plants too with the spray. Alright, at least it's cool in the shade when I can get it. And the breeze feels good too. Well, I parked in the shade and I'm going to carry the backpack sprayer now. Walk around and spray. So don't waste gas. Yeah. I'm back here by this little pond. It's almost dried up. Hasn't had rain for a while. Looks like them trees are leaning. And that one there looks like it's ready to fall on the fence, so I better be careful about that one. Better have to keep an eye on it. Well, I like this tree that's growing though. See the big tree? That's what do they call that? Yellow birch. Yellow birch. Yeah, and there's another one, a small one, starting to grow, so that's good. That'll give them shade if there's water there. They like to hang around in here too. But I like this yellow birch better, because I always see somebody's laying underneath this one. This is a nice yellow birch. Anyway, this is what I'm going to be spraying. There aren't that many. Like I said, it's better to just walk around and do it, because it's too hard to start and stop with that ATV. And I'm wasting gas all the time too. Anyway, there's that big poplar tree. Let me get a different angle. There's that big poplar tree. Actually, I can see it from the other road when I go around the corner. Yeah, that's pretty tall. It's tall. It's tall, right? Yeah. There's not as much weeds out here as there used to be. There used to be a lot more. But I sprayed here a few years ago, and I think it helped. I didn't do nothing last year because this was all grown up in thick grass because the cattle weren't here to eat it. They were out in the big pasture with the bull, big bull. Anyway, you can see where I sprayed over there by those yellow poles. From there across, you see where I sprayed all the way to the gate. I have to remember the gate's open, so if I see the cattle come down here, I gotta keep an eye on them, because I think when it's hot like this, they're gonna stay in the shade or the water. So I think I'm okay with that. Well, I'm gonna start spraying around here. Start there and work my way down to the corner. There's a big thistle up there I gotta get. I'm gonna spray them rose bushes too, since I'm here. Yeah, I'll spray the rose bushes and thistle and ironweeds. Okay, I'll spray that first, and then I'll probably have to rest and get a drink. Then I'll spray this little section in here. There's not that much. And when I'm done with that, I'll start over here and work my way down to there in this section here. And then my last section will be over there on that end down there. Okay, let's get started on that area. Yeah, I think those big willows back there are dying, but this young yellow birch is growing, and it looks like there's some young willows. I think that's a willow here, and those are willows over there, those younger ones. So at least they'll still have shade here, unless they eat them. Unless they eat the willow trees, which they could, probably will. Okay, enough talking. Let's go over there and start spraying. At least it's cool in the shade when I can get it. I sprayed everything up to this tree here. All this area here. Now I had to cross a creek. There's a few growing in here. I'm gonna get that rose bush too. Here's a ditch we had dug a while back, this spring sometime. Oh, there's a thorn tree. I'll spray that too. There's a few weeds on this side over there. They're not in the way, but they can spread seed. This is where the ditch empties into the other stream. The little pond's over there. Okay, I'm gonna right much here. I'm gonna spray this a little bit in this area, and then I'm gonna go back to my ATV and get a drink. I'm thirsty. Yeah, I sprayed all this through here, both sides of the ditch. Just the ironweeds mostly, and thistles. There's the fence line. Since I'm here, I'm going to spray this fence here, since I don't get to this corner very often. And I'm going to spray all those rose bushes up there too. For now, I'm going to spray all this little area here and get back to my ATV for water. Yeah, weeds are getting tall on this fence, so I better spray it. Both sides. I sprayed the weeds through here, the taller ones. And I sprayed in here too, all the way up to about there. Yeah, that's where I quit. I didn't spray these yet. But that's my next spraying. It's through here, up to about where that middle tree is. Yeah, or at least this area here. Maybe just this side of the other tree. Yeah. Where those taller weeds are, I'll save that for last. Yeah, I'll spray all this. I already used up about half the sprayer, but I got some more spray. I'll mix up some more in that jug there. That just about fills up this thing. So if that runs out, I got some to back me up. I'm gonna pull up over there, see if I can find some shade in that area there. Well, I found another shade tree. Rest under. I'm gonna have to. I'll put that backpack on and go back over to the where I left off over there, and spray everything in here, at least up to this tree. Yeah, up to this tree, the dead one. I remember that tree. First time we had this bulldozed, after we had this bulldozed and cleaned up, I worked the ground down and I planted grass. The first time, before we had cattle, I was mowing it with my lawnmower. And I remember that tree was so, I guess it was left, but it was so small. I doubt if it was bigger around as my arm or smaller. Anyway, I remember that. It was an ash tree. That's probably why I left it. I told them not to bulldoze it. But it got that big, and then something made it die. Anyway, it's food for the woodpeckers. It's a home for the woodpeckers now. Okay, yeah, from here over to there. Yeah, I already got the back end sprayed. Now I got to do this one. Okay, let me rest a little bit and then I'll keep going. Not too bad spraying out there in the sun. If I get too hot, I'll just come back here to the shade and cool off, get a drink. Yeah, it's nice and cool here with the wind blowing and my sweat keeping me cool. I just rest for a while. The backpack sprayer is getting low, but it's a lot easier to walk around with a less heavy backpack. Okay, I think I'll put some more, but I'll put about half of that in. I don't need to put it all in. I already sprayed everything, even that rose bush back there. Ever from this tree, this way. Yeah, I sprayed it all. Now I'm just gonna rest. Because my next section that needs to spray is on this side of that tree, the left side of that tree. Here all the way over to there. There's not much over here, It's pretty much in here. But I'll get it. I'll get it. And while I'm doing it, I'll go ahead and spray that fence line there too. Looks like the weeds got pretty big. Okay. Okay. I just need to rest and rehydrate before I can do any more spraying. When the sun is shaded by the cloud, like it was just a few minutes ago, oh, it felt a lot cooler. You can see the sun's coming back now. Yeah, feels cooler when the sun's shaded. Yeah. Oh, here comes the sun again. Starting over there. Here it comes. That's when it gets hot. But the clouds are kind of thin, far between. So I just have to bear the heat while I'm out there. And so I'm sitting here anyway, I might as well put some more spray into that backpack sprayer. But not all of it, I'll just fill it about half full. Oh, that should be enough. If not, I got some more. I had to come back and get the rest of that jug. And I was running very low. And I wasn't quite finished. I got most of it. There's just a little bit on that side I got to finish up. But I'll get it. Need to take a break and get a drink too. Well, I'm done with the sprayer in this pasture. And I sprayed that fence over there on the outside. And I even went up that hill, sprayed there too. And I noticed there was an insulator broke and the bottom wire was on the ground. So I kind of it was still on, so I lifted it up with my plastic sprayer nozzle tip. And I just kind of laid it on top of the top insulator temporarily. I need to go fix it now. I also sprayed the fence that goes through these trees here. And about there, right before it goes down the hill, the bottom insulator was broke and the wire was laying on the ground, but there was too much tension in the wire to lift it on top of the top insulator, so I need to turn the fence off and fix that. I also sprayed that area over there. So I'm done with the sprayer in this pasture, but now I got to go to the barn. Let's go down. Got to go to the barn up there with my ATV and turn the fence off. Then come back and fix that insulator and fix the insulator in the trees behind me. The cattle are still up there somewhere, probably in the water since it's hot. So I'm just going to go through the gate again and leave it open while I turn the fence off, and then come back, drop off the sprayer. I don't need that, and make sure I got insulators to fix the fence. That's where I parked my ATV, under Walnut. And there's the corner. There's the fence that goes through this wooded area here on a little ridge over there. There's a low spot there and a low spot there. And when it floods, the big creek floods, water comes in here, fills this up. And this was the remnant of the old creek before the neighbor dug a new creek over there and put the dirt here and made a ridge. So this is where the old creek used to flow. And sometimes it fills up with water. Well, I don't fill up because there's a drainage there. Intake goes in here and it goes out there. And then last spring, since the cattle weren't here, I put a fence through there. It wasn't easy, but I did it. Anyway, the broken insulator is over there somewhere. Okay, well, I'm done with the spraying out here, so I'm going to head back to the house, drop off the sprayer, turn off the fence at the barn, and then come back and fix 2 insulators. I guess I haven't been checking the fence lately to see if it was grounded. So I guess I should start doing that more often. Well, the cattle are still up by the barn. I'm going to drive in and turn the fence off. Anyways, they just come out of the water. They're all wet on the bottom. It's cooler in the shade. I didn't even get up. And they didn't go anywhere either. Back to my ATV and go out to back out to the fence and fix those 2 insulators. Since I'm close to this one over here, I'll just go walk over here and change that one. That's better than walking up the hill. I'd have to walk down a little ways and fix it and then walk back up. Yeah, it's just down that hill a little ways. Yeah, I had to walk up the hill from down there. That's quite a way, but here I just got to walk down a little ways to that post, fix that bottom insulator, put the wire back on, tighten it up, and then I'm done up here. And the other one is I can drive over that way and then walk in. Out of breath. Anyway, I fixed that one down there. Tighten the fence up. I noticed there's a path going through there, probably the deer path. That's probably why the baby deer probably broke that insulator off. That's my guess. I just walked by. I caught a groundhog. I haven't checked this for weeks. Wonder how long he's been in there. I'll have to get my. I'll have to dispatch him here sometime today. I gotta fix the fence first. Sorry, groundhog. I didn't mean to keep you in there too long. Yeah, I should check it more often. Yeah, that's the way out. Wonder how he got in. Well, I sprayed all that all the way back to there. I sprayed all that. Okay. Let's go fix that fence over there. Here, and the 4th one's behind that baler. Probably scratching herself. Okay. Let's go fix that last insulator. There's something you want there, bully? Huh? Nothing on there to eat. Okay, let's go. The broken insulator's on top of that ridge there. Bottom insulator's broke and the fence is laying on the ground. Okay, insulator replaced and the fence put back on the insulator. It's all fixed. There's that remnant of the old creek before the neighbor straightened the creek out. Okay, I sprayed this fence too. Okay, time to go back to the house and I'll just walk to the barn to turn the fence back on. Oh, I gotta go to the barn anyway to dispatch that groundhog in the trap. I can't forget about him. I just wonder how long he's been in there. It's about 95, 96 degrees at 4:30 p.m. And I'm done with the spraying, that is. Hello, groundhog. Yeah, I gotta take care of you. Alright. I don't know how you got in here, but you must have came in, you must have dug a hole on the inside of the barn and came out this way. I'm glad I caught you. Now I gotta take care of you. Oh, there's the groundhog. I'll let the buzzards have them. Or it. I didn't check if it was male or female. A couple cows are down there. There's two in the barn. You set the trap now. I put a layer of grass, old grass, underneath it. Yeah. Well, trap's ready for another one. If there's any more in there, I hope they keep coming out this hole and get caught in my cage. Trap, whatever you call it. These two are still in here. I don't know what they're hiding from, but they'll go out and eat pretty soon. Yeah, must be some kind of fly or something bothering her. That's a hole outside by the trap. You can't see, but there's a hole right underneath the manger, right near here. That's how he got in. That's how he got underground. Yeah, that's where he dug himself in, underneath there. I covered the hole back up, so if another groundhog comes in here and digs another hole, hopefully they go out the same way the other one got caught. Okay, there's the other two cows out there. Yeah, I need to check this once in a while, see if there's any new digging. It's 7:30 p.m. and I took care of the groundhog in the trap. And one of these days I'm going to have to put me a fence up along here, all the way down across the pond dam, and then go across to the fence again. I got a gate here, but they keep going down and walking it up that way. I don't want them tearing up my pond dam bank, eroding it. So that's a project for the future. And I turned the fence back on. So everything's set. Everything's back to normal out here. The sun's over there behind the tree. I'm not going to wait for another sunset. I saw one last night, so that's enough. Just going back to the house. Stay cool. Oh yeah, I see the one cow down there grazing away. The others will probably follow them later. The ones up in the barn. Yeah, I sprayed all them weeds today out there, over there, and across the back side of the bottom there, on that side of the pond, and back in that corner too. Yeah, fixed a couple broken insulators also. Okay, and I dispatched the groundhog that I caught in my trap. So it was a productive day. All right, but it's still hot. All right, now it's about 90. Just after 7:30. Well, at least my house is cool, so that's good. All right, that's all for today. That's all. That's all, folks. Sprayed a weed killer on these few weeds too. Yeah. I watered these lemongrass this morning, plus the 4 new transplants that are struggling to survive, because I don't know if they had enough roots through them. But I took them off of this plant here, off the edge. So I'm going to keep them watered them morning and evening. Hopefully something will survive. At least I got the mama plant, so that's good. Yeah, I watered them again. The main plant and then the 4 transplants. Okay. Oh, the cow. Looks like the cow's going back down. Taking it slow. I'm sure the other one's going to be behind her. And look at the apples on there. They probably won't get much bigger than that, but when they're ripe, I'll eat them. They still taste good. There's a mosquito on my phone. Get away, mosquito. Yeah, she came down to eat. I guess the older one must be still up in the barn. Yeah, she's hiding for something. I guess the bugs are bothering her. I'm not sure. Anyway. The other ones are... The other two came down earlier when I was up there taking care of that groundhog in that trap. Okay, that's all sprayed now. So I'll just wait till they dry up, the weeds. It'll be about a week when they dry up. Mosquitoes are eating me now. I better go in. But the sun's already down below the house roof. That's all I need to see. That's all for today. Kitty. Bye, kitty. Yeah. Yeah. At least the wind's still cool.